Yay, payday! Alright, yeah! Hey everybody, I got a quick sub 5-minute video on this K-swap Civic build I did.
Luckily it's a Civic, right? It's not a Suburban.
Buddy John from work hit me up. He was really impressed with what I was doing with the Del Sol and my van, and said, "Hey, you want to help me out with this thing?" I'm like, "Yeah." It was early in COVID, so I had a whole bunch of free time. There wasn't a lot of work to do. Drops the car off straight from the body shop, getting the engine bay painted. Got all these bits and pieces. So in my head, it's basically just a Lego build, bolting things up, wiring things together, no big deal. But anyway, right now the engine's just bolted in the chassis. It's sitting there, nothing's wired up, nothing's hooked up. So there was this firewall grommet that he had bought that had two holes in it for the shifter cable, so I punched a third hole in it and ran the engine harness through it. I thought that looked a lot cleaner than going up through the corner where the old fuse box used to be. And he's got this Chase Bays brake line tuck kit, which was pretty slick, and the clutch line that runs underneath the steering rack and under the harness up to the slave cylinder up here. It's a hybrid racing fuel pressure regulator. I had to trim down the stock hard lines to get that to fit, and then that runs up underneath the manifold. It got this real nice full-size aluminum radiator from Hybrid Racing, but it took a little bit of fiddling to get it to sit where it's supposed to before welding up the new mount tabs. A good practice overhead welding. I was super rusty. It came out pretty good. Oh my god, I forgot how much of a pain in the ass wrapping headers was. There's a very clear progression between the first tube I wrapped and the last, if you look at it real close. But overall it came out pretty good. I am not displeased. So everything's plugged in, everything's hooked up. Last thing to do is to finish off the exhaust. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've done some welding, so I'm just a little rusty, but it doesn't look too bad. Welding a new flange on the catalytic converter here. And then I think I ended up cutting 6 inches out of the cat back to make it fit. Yeah, the first real heat cycle after I got all the parts, got it all together. Looking for coolant leaks, making sure the radiator fans kick on when they're supposed to. Make sure there aren't any weird codes that the ECU's throwing, aside from the expected ones. And the relocation of under-hood fuse block, ECU and harness is all tucked up there, and the new battery relocation. Dash is all put together, it's all set ready to be picked up. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to shake down the car before handing it over. Immediately after doing getting the brake system all put together, one of the rear wheel cylinders ended up leaking and just hosed the brake shoes on that side, and I wasn't going to drive the car with soaked brake shoes. So when he came by to pick it up, he brought a new wheel cylinder and new shoes, and we put those in before he headed home. All in all, it was a really good warm-up. It kind of helped me build momentum to start working on the MR2. A little extra money never hurts anyway, especially these days. How about a thumbs up if you like clean shaved bay motor swaps? Well, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe. Got a couple other projects on the way.